The power of daily discipline. How many times have you promised yourself that this time would be different? You felt motivated, inspired, ready to change. Maybe you started exercising, reading, praying, working on your dream. For a few days, everything felt possible. But then life happened. The excitement faded. The routine returned. And slowly, so did the old habits. If you've ever experienced that, you're not alone. The truth is, motivation is a wonderful beginning, but it's a terrible foundation, because motivation is based on feelings, and feelings change. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days, you won't feel like doing anything. If your future depends on your emotions, your progress will always be inconsistent. That's why the people who change their lives don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. Discipline is choosing what matters most, even when you don't feel like it. It is keeping the promises you made to yourself, long after the excitement disappears. Today, we are going to discover why discipline is the bridge between the life you have and the life you've been praying for. Because extraordinary lives are built through ordinary choices repeated every single day. If motivation isn't enough, what makes discipline so powerful? Let's begin there. Motivation comes and goes. Motivation is powerful, but it was never designed to carry you through life. Think about it. No one feels motivated every single day. Athletes don't. Entrepreneurs don't. Parents don't. Students don't. Even the most successful people in the world wake up on some mornings without excitement. The difference is, they don't let their feelings make their decisions, because feelings are temporary. Purpose is lasting. If you only act when you feel inspired, your dreams will always depend on your emotions. And emotions are unpredictable. Some days you'll feel unstoppable. Other days, you'll question everything. That's why discipline is so valuable. Discipline says, I'll keep going, even when I don't feel like it. It replaces emotional decisions with intentional decisions. And that's where real freedom begins, because the strongest people are not controlled by their moods. They are guided by their values. Anyone can work hard on the days they feel inspired, but character is revealed on the days when inspiration is nowhere to be found. Those ordinary days, quiet days, difficult days, are the ones that shape extraordinary lives, because success is rarely created by one incredible moment. It's created by thousands of faithful moments no one else ever sees. But discipline isn't really about forcing yourself. It's about becoming someone who naturally keeps their promises. Let's understand why. Discipline builds identity. Many people think discipline is about doing more. It's not. Discipline is about becoming someone different. Every action you repeat is casting a vote for the person you're becoming. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your identity. Every time you break that promise, you weaken the trust you have in yourself. That's why discipline isn't really about success. It's about integrity. It's about becoming someone who can be trusted by the person in the mirror. Think about that. Every morning, you have an opportunity to prove something to yourself, not to the world, not to social media, not to other people, to yourself. When you choose to keep going, even when no one is watching, you're building something far more valuable than achievement. You're building character. Character is created in private, long before it's recognized in public. That's why small choices matter. Making your bed, reading one chapter, praying, exercising, finishing what you started. Each of these actions may seem insignificant, but together, they become your identity. One day people will call you disciplined. They won't realize you simply became the kind of person who stopped negotiating with your values, because discipline is not something you do, it's someone you become. If discipline is built through small daily choices, can tiny actions really transform an entire life? The answer may surprise you. Small daily actions change everything. We often overestimate what we can accomplish in one day and underestimate what we can accomplish in 1 year. Real transformation is rarely dramatic. Most of the time, it's almost invisible. One workout won't change your body. One chapter won't make you wise. One prayer won't solve every problem. One act of kindness won't change the world overnight. But repeat those same actions, again, and again, and again. Then something remarkable begins to happen. Small actions become habits. Habits become character. Character becomes destiny. People admire great achievements, but they rarely see the ordinary days that made those achievements possible. The early mornings, the quiet sacrifices, the repeated choices, the moments when quitting would have been easier, but continuing became more important. Success isn't built on extraordinary effort once in a while. It's built on ordinary faithfulness. Day after day, never despise small beginnings. Every great tree was once a seed. Every master was once a beginner. Every strong person was once someone who simply refused to quit. Don't wait for a day when everything feels easier. Become the kind of person who keeps moving, even when progress feels slow, because every small step is taking you somewhere, even when you cannot yet see the destination. But there's one final lesson about discipline that changes everything. It isn't about doing more. It's about becoming more. Let's explore that. Become the person you repeatedly choose to be. Every choice you make is shaping someone. The question is, who? Most people believe life changes in giant moments, but life is usually transformed in ordinary decisions. The decision to get up, the decision to forgive, the decision to pray, the decision to keep learning, the decision to keep your word, the decision to continue, even when no one would blame you for stopping. These moments may seem insignificant, but they are writing the story of your life. Character isn't created in a single test. It's revealed through thousands of small decisions. You don't suddenly become an honest person, or a kind person, or a disciplined person. You become that person, one decision at a time. That's why every ordinary day matters, because every ordinary day, you are becoming someone. Imagine meeting the future version of yourself, the person you hope to become, the one who lives with peace, with wisdom, with confidence, with purpose. That person wasn't created by luck, or talent, or one extraordinary opportunity. They were shaped by thousands of ordinary choices made faithfully. The future version of you is watching today's decisions. Every excuse delays that future. Every act of discipline brings it closer. So don't ask yourself, do I feel like doing this today? Ask yourself, is this the kind of choice the person I want to become would make? That single question has the power to change your life. And now, there is one final truth that brings everything together. One truth that can completely change the way you see discipline forever. Consistency beats intensity. The world celebrates intensity, big announcements, huge goals, dramatic transformations. But real life doesn't usually work that way. The strongest trees didn't grow overnight. The deepest rivers were shaped one drop at a time. The greatest achievements are rarely the result of one extraordinary day. They are the result of ordinary days. Lived faithfully, consistency may not feel exciting. It may not attract attention. It may not produce immediate results. But consistency is quietly doing something far more important. It's changing you. Every day you choose discipline. You become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little more patient, a little more faithful. Growth often feels invisible while it's happening. Just as a child doesn't notice growing taller each day, you may not notice yourself becoming stronger. But one day, you'll look back and you'll realize how far you've come. Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Don't quit because progress feels slow. Slow progress is still progress. The person who keeps showing up will always go farther than the person who only shows up when they feel inspired. Because consistency wins, not once, not twice, but every single day. And in the end, your life will not be remembered because of one extraordinary decision. It will be remembered because of thousands of faithful ones. And that leads us to the final lesson of this entire season, the lesson that brings every episode together. One day, your future will become your present. The person you are tomorrow is being created today, not by one extraordinary decision, not by one perfect opportunity, but by the choices you make when no one is watching. Your life is being built right now, in the moments that seem ordinary, in the mornings when you choose to get up, in the evenings when you choose not to quit, in the quiet decisions that no one applauds, because those are the moments that define a life. Never believe the lie that small choices don't matter. Every choice matters. Every habit matters. Every promise you keep to yourself matters, because every single one of them is writing your future, one page at a time. There will be days when discipline feels difficult. There will be days when progress feels invisible. There will be days when you wonder if your efforts are making any difference. Keep going. The seed never sees the tree it's becoming. The sunrise doesn't arrive all at once. It begins with the smallest light on the horizon. Transformation works the same way, quietly, patiently, faithfully. If you remain faithful to the small things, one day you'll wake up living the life you once prayed for. Not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. Remember everything we've learned together. Leave your comfort zone. Silence fear. Grow through the storm. Stop waiting. Protect your mind. Choose discipline every day. These are not 6 separate lessons. They are 6 parts of one life. A life lived with courage, purpose, wisdom, faith, and consistency. Because in the end, success isn't measured by how loudly you started. It's measured by how faithfully you continued. And never forget this. The life you dream about is built by the person you choose to be. Today, if you've been with me through this entire season, thank you. If these messages have encouraged you, subscribe to the channel and join this community that believes real transformation happens one day at a time. Now I want to ask you one final question. Which lesson from this season impacted you the most? Was it leaving your comfort zone, overcoming fear, growing through difficult seasons, taking action, protecting your mind, or building daily discipline? Share your answer in the comments. Your story may encourage someone who is just beginning their own journey. And remember, your next chapter begins today. Before you go, everything we've learned so far has been preparing you for one final lesson. Not just about discipline, not just about courage, not just about overcoming fear, but about becoming the person you were created to be tomorrow. We'll bring every lesson from this season together in our season finale. Because extraordinary lives are never built by one perfect moment. They're built one faithful decision at a time. I'll see you in the final chapter.